So how is the situation in Ecuador at the moment?
A little bit complicated. I will say the worst is now the economic part of what this whole recession will bring up in South America. And of course, we're a country where our infrastructure is not prepared to deal with this amount of health issues, and that's quite a problem. So that's why most people have taken measures to be very cautious and be very responsible about the daily situations. And that's the same story about work. That's the same story about like pretty much everything.
Right. Thanks, Angel, again for spending your time during the interview. So first of all, could you tell us more about yourself? For example, your name, where you're from, what you're up to right now, and then where did you study?
Okay, my name is Angel Puente Reyes. I'm from Ecuador, from South America. I am a lawyer by profession. I did my master's degree in Beijing, in China University of Political Science and Law. And now I am a current candidate on a PhD at UIBE, University of International Business and Economics. So I practice law for more than 10 years so far in South America. I do have Chinese clients and I've been related to China more than 8 years so far. So that's one of the things that I thought about going to China to study and maybe develop more about the language, knowing a little bit more about the culture as well. And pretty much it's been delightful because there's a lot of misconceptions about China in general, and it's good to get to know the culture and be immersed in this universe that actually brings up and adds so much value to your profession. So in my particular case, I had the chance because of as is well known, Chinese government puts up so massive assets towards education and brings up the possibility like students like myself to not just get your degree, but also it's about the experience within the studies. So for example, in my case, I had the chance to visit the Max Planck Institute in Germany as part of my dissertation. And that was something that it was almost impossible if I would do it by myself or if I would be studying anywhere else. I think that's something that as I said, adds a lot of value to your profession. And nowadays, also the knowledge that I've acquired on my studies, I try to, of course, put them in practice on my profession and on law and investments. So I'm trying to collaborate with some development projects in the region, Latin America, trying to connect China and Latin America as well. So for me, it's been an incredible experience. I'm very grateful. And when I think about staying in China, of course, China Admissions is the platform to do so because there is a lot of things that you won't be able to do by yourself. Applications, for example, sort out language issues or communication issues or any kind of documents. I think the platform is very friendly because you can upload any documents you need in English and you can have a prompt, a very fast feedback if you need anything else to add on. So yeah, that's pretty much my experience. I'm currently now in South America waiting for be back to Beijing as soon as this pandemic situation gets better. But even from here, the university, they've been very, very open in the sense that we were able to have the second semester online courses as well, and all the digital platforms that were nicely set up. And again, it was very convenient to do online studies in this first stage, right?
Yeah. And I think it should be your first time doing the online classes anyway, right?
Sorry?
It should be your first time to do online courses anyway, because previously you had
I've never
in-class, on-campus sessions.
Yeah, actually it was the first time, and yeah, it was a little bit difficult at the beginning, but I think things that now are going to change a lot. And even from work now, most of the meetings you had to get is pretty much online, and you have to develop this kind of skills to make the experience more fruitful, if that makes sense.
Yeah, correct. So when did you first come to China?
For studies?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. I did my master's degree from 2013 to 2016. Then I went back to my country, and at the beginning of 2019, I reapplied for the doctoral degree. So I went to Beijing in August in 2019.
Right.
For my doctoral degree.
Right. So you first went to China like what, 7 years ago, right? So what do you think are the differences, because for example, Beijing in 2013 versus Beijing in 2019 is obviously like so different, right? What are like the main differences, or like what? Yeah.
I always said if I compare living in a city like Beijing as opposed to living in my current city, I will say some aspects will be like traveling in time, if that makes sense. Like on all these online payments, how the communication is very convenient as well. So also I think that Beijing is now pretty much the center of most of international business, and nowadays China as well from the investment sector is a key role in the industry. So being in China, I think will open up more and more possibilities to the students to develop their careers, and also to get in touch about like not just the language but also the culture. This is very important to have access on the community and get accepted and understand the values. And of course, after you do so, you can do business and you can be an asset for the society, if that makes sense. But I think it's pretty much a certain level of getting to know each culture as well, and that's the most important thing.
Right, that's right. So like what makes you come back to China? I mean, you studied in 2013 up to 2016, and then there's a gap years of like 3 years, right? Then what makes you come back to China? Why not, let's say, study, or why not study in somewhere else? Europe, US, wherever. There are so many destinations to study out there.
Yeah, in my personal opinion, the first time when I went to China and then I went back to my country, I felt directly the importance of having a Chinese degree for Chinese companies and the clients that I had of my own in my law firm as well. So the idea of picking up China as well was a mixture of that, also because of business orientation, and get to have more get more people in China, get more access to key industries and important corporations as well. So I think that might be one of the reasons also, because as I said, now China has developed so much in terms of online payments, technology, and it's a very interesting place to be. I think that's one of the most important things.
Agree, totally agree. So like what were your expectations in 2013 or like before 2013 when you decide to study in China, and then what you actually get from studying in China?
Okay, at the beginning it was very difficult because most of the I want to go to China because China is important to the world and is a great economy, but then also you have the aspect of you don't actually know the place, so you don't know what's going to happen, right? So you get in touch with community and people that actually been doing this for quite a long time, and I think that process, I mean, China Admissions was very friendly because you get to know people that actually did their studies before and how they now maybe they work in different industries and even in China worldwide anyway. So at the beginning was a lot of expectations, and then I think the most important when I graduated and I got my Chinese degree and I came back, I think it was the aspect that most of my clients, in my case, Chinese clients, sometimes they kind of know, they kind of understand that you actually visited the country. They understand you get to know the culture, and you have respect towards that. And I think the communication is much better now. I think that's one of the most important things also. And yeah, if that answers your question, I don't know.
It is. And then talking about culture, so you travel all the way from South America to China, and then, I mean, like, did you experience any like culture shock or anything? Because, for example, for myself, I am from another Asian country in Indonesia, so we're not actually that far away from China. But when I first came to China, I still feel that culture shock. So it took me a while to finally get the culture, to finally be okay with it, and to finally enjoy the life in China. So how do you deal with this kind of situation?
Oh yes, at the beginning, like any foreigner that actually lives in any other culture, which is very different from yours, you have not just the language barriers, but also the even food, you know, like daily things that you're a little bit confused. So yeah, that might be shocking a little bit, but I think you have to embrace the culture, and actually I think that that's part of the experience. In my particular case, I love traveling, and whenever I travel, I try to get to know local dishes, and try to share with people and understand their views. And when this actually happens, it is much better. But I think that the language for that is a big factor. So it's a big metric to make this change. Yeah, I think that will be very much what is my experience.
Right. So how's your Chinese level so far?
I will say intermediate. I'm working on it. I always keep working on it. I think it's not an easy language to learn. In my case, I went to China. Now I'm 33 years old. You know, the first time I went to China, I was 27. So yeah, even for me, is a little bit difficult. I will say it's something that you get to, like, you will never be an expert, so you have to keep working on it. But it's positive. It's positive because the most you work on it is you can see how that feeds up in your whole career as well. So even from getting like somehow accepted from some friends and so on, and even getting to understand the conversations in, like, during lunch and so on, it's something very interesting. Anyway,
it is. So any tips on like how to improve, or like how to keep progressing in learning Chinese? Because I might learn from the tips as well. My Chinese is like very so. I barely survive.
I mean, you have to work hard. For the language, you have to work really hard, and I think practicing is one of the most important things. I had the chance to visit Shandong province on a spring festival. A Chinese friend, my best friend, invited me there with his family, and no one spoke any other language rather than Chinese. So I was the only person then, and I had to survive. And yeah, I think that putting yourself in those kind of situations are very interesting, because you have to push yourself and work hard towards it. And I think that's the only way in some point.
Right. Oh my God, that's an exciting experience.
Yeah, we made jobs at 4 a.m.
Yeah, I might need to do it sometimes, to push me out of my comfort zone, to like start speaking Chinese more, so I can get to your level at least.
No. I'm sure you're better than
No. And then we can move on to the next questions. So
yes.
What's your future plan? So after doing the PhD and UIBE, what do you want to do next?
I want to keep working on my consulting company. I will try to connect myself with China and on maybe a private equity firm, and keep on doing that. My long-term plan is, of course, trying to connect both regions from the investment perspective, and I think this experience have add up a lot of value to it. So yeah, let's see how it goes. Let's see what the future holds.
Yeah, sure. Good luck with your future. I really wish you all the best, Angel. I think you can achieve all that.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Anyway, so you're right now a student of UIBE, right?
Yes.
And
that's
then
correct.
China Admissions help you apply for the CSE scholarship as well.
Yes.
Right. Under our scholarship application service. So like, what's your experience with China Admissions in general, and also with the scholarship application service itself?
As I said, I wouldn't be able to do it by myself. Admissions is the platform to helping out you sorting out this somehow this kind of different barriers, and the service you guys bring, it's not just the application service and how things are easy, but also the follow-up. I think that was very, very interesting. In my case, when I applied, I because there's a certain timelines you have to comply as well, and I might screw up like with some application documents at the beginning. So people in your company were very, very, very friendly and gave me lots of feedback. I was very intense, I have to admit. So yeah, thank you for your time. And I think the follow-up experience is very interesting, because you just not help me with drafting the application, but also applying through the scholarship and giving all the feedback possible to it. So in my particular case, at the very end, behind our applications, you have lots of expectations, dreams, and so on, and you actually help building up all this for us. So yeah, that was I'm very happy. I'm a very happy customer.
Thank you, Angel. Really, thank you for the wonderful feedback. And yeah, we are happy as well that we can help you to achieve one of your dreams, which is to back in China and then study and get your PhD in China.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Last but not least, do you have any suggestions or maybe any tips for other international students who are looking to study in China in the future?
Yeah, I think you have to act. I think you have to take the chances, and if you do have a dream and an expectation, I think the acting part is very important. You have to take the step and do it. That's what I did. So yeah, I encourage people to do the same.
Thank you very much, Angel. Thank you for your time.
Good evening. It was a pleasure.
See you.
Thank
Good
you.
morning.
Bye-bye.
Have a nice day. Bye.